If you're driving, please remember to use your car's Bluetooth speaker while listening to the AM Drive. Sports talk is not worth your safety or the safety of others.
Grab your popcorn and sit back.
Jump the gun. Oh, no, give me more than that. Okay, go this way. That was dumb. We are.
How could I tell you when nobody wants to? Your favorite words I will choke.
It just feels different around here. Happy Fantasy Draft Friday to everyone in the sports universe. It is Friday the 13th, 2022.
Ooh.
This is the AM Drive, period. And we are live. For the Aaron Crouch, I am Michael Carvalho saying, Aaron, happy Independence Day to you, sir.
Happy Independence Day to you as well. I tell you what, I'm doing pretty good. I'm not doing great, but I'm doing better than Jerry Judy is. I got to say that.
You know what? That dude, what's with that class now? I'm not comparing what he did to Henry Ruggs, but it's not looking good for the Alabama wide receiver class.
They grow them stupid in Alabama. Calvin Ridley, Jerry Judy, Henry Ruggs. They grow them stupid over there in Tuscaloosa, huh?
It's not an unfair assessment, I would say.
I think Julio's looking like a Nobel laureate at this point, just for not keeping his mouth shut.
Yeah, shut up and play, right? No, I'm going to shut up.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. If you host a podcast or run a small business, or if you own your own sports show, it's hard spreading the word. I'm taking so many shots today. Friends want to check it out, but Aaron, will they?
God, we hope so. We're flying solo now, away from the net, so we hope so.
Right. It's time to grow with Popple. P-O-P-L. Popple is an easy-to-use but high-tech digital business card. You can get your Popple using the code AMDRIVE for 20% off. Set up your links and share. People you share with don't even need a Popple, so it's that much easier. So when you get your Popple and keychain, Pop Sock, even credit card form, enter the code AMDRIVE in all caps for 20% off your order on popl.co. All right, let's get right into it. The Brooklyn Nets GM Sean Marks has called out Kyrie, although he didn't really do it. And then at the end of the conference, he basically says, this isn't about Kyrie. This is about everybody. Baloney and bullcrap, sir. He says they need selfless and available players. Aaron, I'll tell you what, buddy. If I'm Kyrie, I'm kind of like, dang, I better sign that contract.
Yeah, so Kyrie has a player option at this point. So basically it's only up to him if he'll be a Brooklyn Net next season, because I believe that if he does not exercise that option, he will not be a Brooklyn Net. But to be fair to Kyrie in this spot, I don't think that the press conference that Sean Marks delivered was only about Kyrie. Was it a majority about Kyrie? Probably. Right. But there's a dude who they traded away one of their superstars for, named Ben Simmons. I think this thing applies to him too. Now, he's not a free agent, but being available and being part of something bigger, playing selfless, playing team basketball, all those things are facets of Ben Simmons' game that aren't happening right now. Nor did they happen when he was playing on the court. Team basketball, selfless basketball. Let's be honest. That's other than the fact that he can't shoot, so he passes. Ben Simmons wasn't really playing selfless basketball at this point. So to defend my boy Kyrie, who's not my boy at all in the slightest, maybe Steve Nash can get back out there and run point. Who knows? I mean, it can't be worse, right?
I mean, well, it can't be. Well, considering that Kyrie's going to take half the season off, or at least 25% of it with some other cause that he's fighting for. I mean, you would think. But I think the Ben Simmons point is a good point. I'll admit it. I feel like that is a good point, considering that you look at a lot of people are saying it is Kyrie, and that's what I first gleaned from this. But Ben Simmons definitely needs to be available too. And I'm sorry, I don't give a crap if he's having a back procedure. I didn't talk about this with you. But I talk about like the Mike said the first version of the show.
Okay.
I just feel like the back procedure is still like he's still a spineless coward, in my opinion. I can still say that. I don't care if his back hurting him or not. Because how's it hurt your back, fool?
Yeah, if you're not even playing basketball, how'd you hurt your back? Yeah. It
He's
seems
not
like when
taking
he
care
got
of
the back
himself.
surgery, they forgot to put the spine back in. So I don't know. We'll see. But the situation here, and I get it. And the thing is, I think Sean Marks had to say this conversation is not solely about Kyrie because one, I believe it's not solely. It could be majorly about Kyrie, but you knew that if he didn't clarify that or put a disclaimer on it, all these reporters are going to run with it because all these guys are so butthurt on Kyrie not getting vaccinated. Look, it was a weird season. It was 100% a weird season. I know your feelings on it. You know my feelings on it. But life goes on. We're back in the saddle in 2022-23. You've got Kevin Durant. You've got Kyrie Irving. Can you argue maybe on the floor two of the top 10 players in the NBA? Maybe you can argue at 15 at best, at worst, really. But the situation is they need other guys to be built around these two, and it's just really hard when these two guys are consuming so much of the cap and the talent around them. Seth Curry just goes silent for such a long stretch of time, which that can't
Yeah.
happen when you're theoretically the number 3 guy on this team. They got rid of guys like Jared Allen, who's left. He's gone to Cleveland. They got rid of Karis LeVert. They've got rid of guys to build this roster that KD and Kyrie want so much. And the problem is when Charles Barkley called Kevin Durant a bus rider, you're proving his point right now by getting swept in the first round. You're proving his point. Like, you're not driving a bus. This bus is off the cliff right now. And part of that could be, and mostly, and it is with the Kyrie situation, but at the same time, like, Kyrie is a good enough player that, he could have stepped in and been a factor in this series, which at times he was, but Kevin Durant didn't, in my opinion, lift his team up, didn't drive the bus well enough. And that's going to have to change here with what we believe is a healthy Ben Simmons and what we believe is at least more physically present Kyrie Irving.
With some more committed Kyrie.
I think if Kyrie declines that option, he will not be a net. They are not re-signing Kyrie Irving. They probably are begging Kyrie to not re-sign that option.
Yeah, they're probably like, please, we'll do anything. We'll trade you to where you want to go. Here's the thing, and because we are an independent show now, I do want to make my thoughts known about this again. Because you said we've kind of hum the tune and we already know what your other things. But what if the fans don't? So I'm going to say it. This was not about the vaccine. I keep saying it over and over and over again. Kyrie Irving did not care if he got the vaccine or not. Kyrie Irving wanted to be a voice for a group of people he does not even know. He wanted to be some spokesman. He wanted to be some political activist. It was not about the vaccine. He wanted to be a voice for the voiceless when in reality, he was getting paid for sitting out. Other people were not getting paid when they didn't take the vaccine. So this guy is not about, his choice. Bull crap. It was about him trying to be somebody he's not, and that's obviously not an NBA player. He's not committed to the game of basketball. He's good at it. He's not committed as he should be.
And you're partially correct, in my opinion, on a few of those things. We've talked about this. Like, I believe that, a voice for the voiceless, people you don't know, of course you're going to be a voice for people you don't know. The thing is while a lot of people just believe that the anti-vax or the, I don't want to get the vaccine because I'm unsure about it, a lot of those people aren't just right-wing MAGA toting, gun, Second Amendment loving people. There's a lot of African Americans that don't trust or want to get the vaccine because, one, they don't know what's in it, and two, they don't trust the government. The government hasn't been good to them in the past.
I agree.
It's not just that Kyrie's all of a sudden sporting a MAGA hat like Kanye West. No, but And I told you this. I mean, like as a vaccinated person, I stand for the right and the freedom and the decision to do whatever you want. And there are consequences to it, such as not being able to play home games, no matter how stupid the mandate actually is, because you can sit in an arena, but you can't be on the court. Again,
You can't be in the locker room either.
yeah, dumbest shit I've ever
Even though
heard.
they're all vaccinated.
Yeah, exactly. So if they're vaccinated, then this unvaccinated guy shouldn't have a problem being on the court. But anyways, that's for a whole nother bag of worm discussion.
Let's open them.
No, we don't need to open that stuff. I feel like I'd like to think, even though it's an election year, that we're starting to move past the COVID the COVID Sunday scaries, let's call them. But yeah, I think that the Nets GM Sean Marks probably primarily was talking about Ben Simmons and Kyrie in these remarks.
Fair enough. When we come back, we're gonna talk about everything playoffs from last night and a special surprise on the other side. But first, grow your brand with Popple with this code AM Drive for 20% off your order, and that was smooth as hell. We'll be right back to the AM Drive, period. The AM Drive with Mike and Aaron might be the best morning show ever. If you love the show, shop the merchandise for $26 hoodies, $16 shirts, even $13 mugs. High quality swag for cheap because Mike and Aaron love the fans. The best morning show, the lowest price merch at amdrive.online.
This is Popple, the next generation business card. With just a tap, your Popple instantly shares your digital business card to both iPhone and Android devices. The best part? The other person doesn't need an app or a Popple to receive your info. To pop your info, tap your Popple to the top of an iPhone, the center of an Android, or just scan your in-app QR code. And just like that, all your info is saved to their phone. More connections, more leads, more sales. That's Popple. Download our free app and get your Popple today.
Aren't you the Vice Golf guy?
Yeah, you want an autograph?
Yeah. Actually, I was just wondering if the balls are any good.
The balls are amazing. You look like a Pro Plus guy.
I thought you'd never ask. It's actually better than my old ball.
And it's half the price.
Top performing golf ball, half the price. It's almost stealing.
Quit searching the globe and get your high-performing golf balls at vicegolf.com.
Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
All right, and welcome back to Fantasy Draft Friday edition of the AM Drive. We are presented by Fanatics. It's very simple. You got to go to mikeandaarondrive.com, and when you get to mikeandaarondrive.com, what do, Mike?
You got to click the F, Aaron.
Absolutely. It's fundamentally key that you click the F, because when you click that F, it'll take you into the Fanatics website where you can get every team, every league, and the daily deals necessary to make sure that you and yours are showing your team pride, just like Mike, the Colts fan here, each and every game day, each and every draft day, each and every Sunday, each and every day that ends in Y.
Oh.
But you can't do that without first going to mikeandaarondrive.com and clicking the F, because it helps out the show tremendously. And for that, we thank you.
Yes, we do. Where's Sammy, man?
Sammy's going to be on at the end of the segment.
Fair enough. Hey, the Heat eliminated the Philadelphia 76ers. And this is a big James Harden problem now. Because as pathetic as the 76ers played, James Harden was obviously the elefante in the room here. James Harden scored 11 points, 9 assists, but 4 turnovers. And again, only 11 points. Aaron, not only is this trade not looking fantastic, I mean, I guess the other side of it is, well, Ben Simmons is not playing. Yeah, but James Harden might as well not be playing, if we're being honest. There was a moment in the game yesterday when I was watching it, Aaron, in the third or fourth quarter, I believe it was the fourth quarter, the Sixers were trying to make a rally. Shake Milton had looked great name, by the way. Shake Milton was playing well. Tyrese Maxey was trying to do what he could. And then James Harden did not pass the ball to somebody. And then like the ball got turned over. And then after that, he didn't pass the ball again, dribbled into a triple team, another turnover in back-to-back possessions. And both Shake Milton and Tyrese Maxey were like, man, what the crap? Like, you can see them visibly frustrated. But the bigger picture here is Joel Embiid, once again, was trying to use an excuse that he was hurt. And it was the fun fact was that during the game, Aaron, this guy is taking off his mask, rubbing his eye socket like he just can't play right now. No, you're getting punked by Bam Adebayo and PJ Tucker. That's what's happening here. I don't care unless you have a migraine out there, which I doubt he has. If you're IEYE's hurdy-wordy, no. Stop using the injury excuse, Joel Embiid. Stop it. This era in Philadelphia has got to end. It's got to end. Because this ain't happening.
Got to end before it really even started at this point. I mean, we talked about this when the 76ers traded for James Harden. And, you know, you're right. I said if they don't make the conference finals at minimum, I think this is a failure of a trade. This is almost all the way around a failure of a trade. Now, there's still the potential of what Ben Simmons could be for the Nets next season and going beyond. But, I mean, let's be honest here. The problem really wasn't Joel Embiid. 20 points, 12 rebounds. Yeah, I mean, it's not the 30 or the 29 that he was averaging or the beast mode that he's been. But, I love the fact that he, actually, I don't know that I love the fact, but on surface, I really like the fact that Embiid called out James Harden in the exit interview. Like, when we acquired this guy, we thought we were getting the guy that played in Houston, and basically, without saying it, Embiid said, this guy's a shell of himself. Like, it's not. All of a sudden he's a playmaker, and he doesn't want to take over games. And I mean, Mike, Joel's not wrong. Is he wrong? He's not wrong.
No. But Embiid's got to stop relying on other people, though, because this thing has failed with everybody they've had.
Sure, but I mean, there's been games where he's been able to take over. I mean, you look at it, a situation with Embiid. If Embiid played 20 and 12 every night, this would have been a sweep. This would have been a sweep.
For who?
For Miami.
Okay, thank you. I was like, whoa. Don't hurt me here.
if these were the numbers that Joel Embiid put up 20 and 12 every night, they would have gotten swept. So Joel's won them some games. Let's be perfectly clear. Joel Embiid has won Philadelphia at least one or maybe two of those games that they won.
The games they won is because of the fact they got to the free throw line. And I told people, man, Game 6, James Harden's gonna fold. I said after games 3 and 4, it was in Philadelphia, he was getting the free throws. I said watching Game 6 that he's gonna not get free throws. He's gonna be a shell of himself again. And God in the day if I didn't say it first.
I mean, yeah, not getting to the line once is crazy, but there was not a lot of free throws in this game altogether. I think there was 20 free throws altogether. That's pretty crazy. 19 free throws, 18 free throws.
The defense of Miami.
18 free throws total between the two teams. That's what I'm talking about. Like, that's crazy.
What are you looking at for Miami going forward? Are you thinking they're – I mean, because obviously it looks like after the Bucks stole Game 5, it looks like if they close out Boston in 6 or God knows even 7, it's going to be a rivalry that keeps on brewing.
Well, that's the question is as a Heat fan, who do you want? I mean, are you really wanting Giannis Antetokounmpo? But at the same time, I think Boston matches up pretty well with Miami in terms of defensive styles, similar like non-traditional superstar mentality where Jimmy Butler and Jason Tatum are the same person, but who's Jaylen Brown for the Heat? Who is that guy? Is that Tyler Hero?
Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, pick your poison. We also have Oladipo. I mean, he's still there.
Yeah, but he's not doing anything, dude. The guy's minus 14 on the floor. He's got 4 points in this last game. Like, he's not taking over games. I mean, where's Kyle Guy at? I need some Kyle Guy in my life. Duncan Robinson has just completely disappeared. Like, that's got to be one of those like unsolved mysteries of the playoffs. Like Duncan Robinson is just gone. Like,
Max Strus has been playing out of his mind.
I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, who's the? I mean, you talk about Gabe Vincent, you talk about Max Strus, that's fine, but like, none of those guys are Jaylen Brown.
I think we're saving Duncan Robinson, to be fair.
The question really I have is, you might want Boston, but if Chris Middleton can't come back in this series or can't come back for like 2 or 3 games, I think Bam Adebayo can do his best, and PJ Tucker can do their best impression of shutting down Giannis Antetokounmpo.
The problem is the Bucks
sounds crazy, but I know it sounds
the
crazy.
Bucks just have the Bucks are so much more. There's so much more chemistry there. I know the Celtics have looked good, but I promise you, the reason the Bucks won that game 5 is because they know each other more than the Celtics do. Like, you can just tell. Like,
I mean, Tatum and Brown been together for 5 years. I mean, what's the difference?
But they disappear for games. I'm not worried about them.
So does everybody else except for Giannis on the Bucks. I mean, those guys disappear from time to time too.
Yeah, but the problem is the Celtics, once Tatum disappears, the team's a shell of itself.
That's fair. I can get down with
that. I realize the Bucks, what they've done, and that they keep on doing it. And I also know that they know us very well. So I do want them. Don't get me wrong. I think we're beating either one of these guys. I've said it from the beginning.
I agree.
And I've said that first, by the way. When the Bucks and the Celtics and the Nets, well, first of all, Nets can sweep. We're still getting them out of here. And then the Celtics, I mean, they pissed their pants late. And you got the Bucks. Even if they have Middleton, I still am not confident in the Bucks. I think it might be a 7-game series.
I was about to say, do you think this
he's not
Celtics Bucks games? Do you think this Celtics Bucks series is over tonight?
Yes. I told people they ain't going 7.
You're turning into Colin Cowherd, sir. I told you, I said it first. Like,
well, Mike said it first of all.
I understand that, but you're turning into Colin, and Colin is unbearable to listen to sometimes.
Well, you said not like this, talking through my nose.
Was that Trump?
That was Colin Cowherd talking through his nose.
Oh, you got to do better than that one. That was not good.
I know I had to go like this and stuff.
Have you seen the guy on Twitter that emulates Skip Bayless?
I was the one who started retweeting him. I'm one of the first people who started retweeting him. He's funny.
He is pretty
Shannon, and he's at the Diet Mountain Dew.
It's my turn. It's my turn.
Diet Mountain Dew, so it's my turn. Shannon Sharp. We gotta have him on the show. That wouldn't be bad.
That'd be cool.
I thought about that.
Not now.
I was thinking. The Mavs forced a Game 7. Chris Paul was doing his best James Harden impression once again. And shoot. Lucas scored 33, 10, and 8, I believe. 33, 11, and 8. This game was all about the fact that once again the series shifted when the series went to the home team. I don't know. Maybe it's the fact that Dallas doesn't travel well. I mean, granted, because Miami just finished off the Philadelphia and Philly.
Nobody's won a road game here, correct?
No, but yeah, you're right. You're right. I feel like the Mavericks. I think they're gonna get them.
I mean, you gotta win a road game if you're the dog in the series, right? You have to win a road game, and there's only one game left. So, I mean, is it me, or is it just a situation here where we look at guys like Kevin Durant? Kevin Durant's a bad example, but James Harden, Kyrie, Chris Paul. Are they old? Are they just too old?
No.
I mean, LeBron. Does that make LeBron a freak of nature because of what he can do at his age versus these other guys who? I mean, Chris Paul has had decent nights, but it seems more consistently that these are his nights. 13 points, 4 assists in most of the game here. It's like, yikes. But then, like you said, if Devin Booker is not going, then this team's in trouble.
This team lives and dies by Devin Booker like they have for the last 5
years.
The
MVP, right? The MVP, Devin Booker. Mike said it first. It's my turn.
Don't bow down.
It's my turn, Michael Carvelis. It's my turn.
And realistically speaking, seriously, do you think Give me your pick right now. I got to hear. Do you believe? Because you're not going to be here for 2 months. When you come back, the thing's all said and done. We're burying people. Okay, so we're burying bodies here. Do you think the Mavs will get them?
No.
Oh wow.
I think the Suns will do just enough, but I think let me see what we got going on here. Let me see if they've got a line out for that next game. I think it's probably going to be Suns 3 or 4. Let's see if they
That'd be
got
nice
something.
if it was 4. It is
I think
a 6.
I think you're better off taking the Mavericks here just in case, but I think the Suns will do enough to get them.
I'm excited to see the money line out at 6.
Could be good.
Hey, so I guess we can let him in now.
Yeah, man, he can talk a little hockey with us on his way to taking over duties.
Right. Hey, Sammy.
Hey, good morning, my friends. How are you?
Sammy freaking action.
Hey, I just wanted to kind of tell you I'm really excited about hanging out with you guys this summer. It's going to be a fun time.
What'll be me, to be fair?
Yeah, you'll be hanging out primarily with Mr. Michael Carvelis. So I've kept the seat warm for you, Sammy. Our buddy Sammy Action here, obviously, who you've seen him on the show back in the 12-ounce days. He's going to be joining for the better part of a month and a half here, helping out Michael Carvelis because Lord knows he needs it. So just kind of give us an overview. You know, like we've got new fans, we've got new followers paying attention here. So, help them say, why should I tune into the AM Drive to see Sammy Action?
Well, I think the star of the show is always Michael. I'm always happy to be a co-host on that aspect. But I'm looking forward to some good debates. We've talked quite a bit about our passionate views on things, and I'd like some of those to come out on camera and see what the fans think is who wins these arguments, as well as lots of great times to talk about sports. I mean, it's one of the best times of year with 2 different sports in the playoffs and baseball getting ramped up. So I mean, there's plenty to talk about, lots of fun activities to discuss. And like I said, I'm just happy to be part of your guys' amazing show. I'm a fan. I watch almost every day, and I love being a part of it. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, I think he won me over.
Yeah, and Sammy and I were talking last night, Mike, and I know that you're a veteran of the sports war of sorts, the debate style show that was short lived on the 12-ounce Sports Network, but it was good. It made for some great entertainment. But it sounds to me like you guys over the summer are maybe going to ramp up the debate again. A couple days a week or a day a week. So talk to me about that. What do you guys got in store? Because I'm going to be a listener. I'm going to be part of the AM Drive fan base here. So hype it up. Sell me here. I love it. Sammy and I talked last night, and I'm super excited for what you guys got going on.
Sammy told me he was a college debater.
Ooh, and you're just a master debater, right?
Mass debater.
Oh, master debater. Got it.
That was a real show on TV, and I thought that was the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. The mass debaters. Oh, wow, that's interesting. No, but I'm very excited because I know that the entertainment value, no offense to me and Aaron, is flat out debate. It's where Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith make their money. It's how Nick Wright got started. It's how Max Kellerman became more than just a boxing analyst. Or maybe he still was a boxing analyst. It's where all these guys got their bread and butter. And listen, I'm just excited to bring it. I know I'm very passionate, especially about the Colts this season and the Heat to finish up this season. I don't like the Warriors, and Sammy thinks they're one of the best teams in the NBA. But we'll save that on platter.
Point to Sammy there.
And me.
Well, I will tell you this. Regardless of the topic that we come up with, whatever we just got to discuss, I will bring a level of passion that hopefully will inspire some folks to vote for me. I think you're crazy when it comes to the Warriors. It's the only team left besides the Bucks. They're the only team left that has any real players who've won championships, who've been there on the big stage and delivered. So if you're telling me that you don't think they're the best team in the West when the Suns have never shown they can win anything, I'm looking forward to hearing your argument on this because, like I said, all summer long we're going to have fun discussing these different topics, but I'm going to bring it.
I mean, to be fair, it sounds like it's going to be Golden State versus Luka, according to Michael Carvelas here. So
I would not mind seeing it at all, although Luka is definitely the best one-man show in the league right now.
Amen.
Listen, I'm going to say one more thing before I let Aaron talk about the Tampa Bay Lightning here. Listen. Let's just say Golden State better pray it's not the Mavericks. Let's just say that.
Ooh.
I think the Suns were the best defensive team coming into the playoffs in the West, and Dallas is doing wonders against the Suns. So I can only imagine what Golden State with 3 scorers can do when Dallas only has 1. But we'll see it next round. I'll be on to discuss it with you guys. Hopefully a little bit more. Congratulations on your Lightning, though, Aaron. I'm happy for you. Hopefully they can make it through Game 7.
All we got to do is just, as I said, we got to get to Game 7, then all bets are off. The pressure is all on Toronto. I mean, I told Mike this. I said, as crazy as it sounds, the 2-time defending Stanley Cup champions have no pressure in Game 7.
Despite the 2-time champions.
Yeah, despite them being the 2-time champions, all the pressure is on Austin Matthews and the Maple Leafs.
And he fell down.
It's true, but Tampa tends to play a lot better after a loss, so this is not their best spot here.
Again, I'm playing with house money at this point, so let's go Bolts in Game 7 for sure.
Sounds good.
Aaron, did you see Austin Matthews spill?
I saw the spill. It was nice.
That was bad.
Yeah, the Toronto Maple Leafs Twitter was trying to find somehow that this was rigged or set up by the NHL or Tampa. Like, come on. The dude took a spill. It was a bad beat. And, Soup couldn't stop the breakaway. So it is what it is.
Has that become like a meme already, like the spill? Because I got to take a screen grab of that spill and say, just when you think you won your first playoff game since 2004. It
will be if they lose. Yeah, just when you thought you were in your first playoff series. But you know what? The Lightning, Vasi, I don't know if it's just Vasi or the complacency in the second period these last 2 games. It's just been atrocious to watch. Like, you get a lead, just stay on the throat at this point. Come on, Cooper. Be better.
He was electric in overtime.
Who?
Vasilevsky.
Oh, yeah, he was fantastic. I mean, there was a couple point-blank open net, or not open nets, but point-blank shots where I was like, oh, it's over. It's over. But, yeah, I mean, he's incredible. He's absolutely incredible. But I just don't know what it is. These last 2 games in the second period, they have just gotten in the third period in Game 5, they've just gotten so complacent. Like, 1-0 and 2-0 leads, especially against the Maple Leafs, are just not going to get it done. They're not. You got to stay on the throat. But I wanted to send Sammy off with a farewell because he texted me about this last night, and I'll let him talk about Evander Kane. And the guy's got 7 goals in this series against the Kings. And you had a funny little comment. So as your parting shot and your eventual roll into the co-host of the AM Drives, send us off with some Evander Kane here.
So Evander Kane scores his 7th goal in overtime to send us to Game 7. And he flashes the crowd the 7 sign, like this, with his gloves on. And I asked Aaron, is he saying 7 because it's his 7th goal? Is he saying 7 because he sent them to Game 7 of the series? Or is he going to the craps table and he's betting the don't and he's rooting for some 7s? I don't know which one, but we'll find out.
It could be all of them. That's the fantastic part.
It could be all 3. Guys, it's been a pleasure as always. I will see you. I'll see you next week. Enjoy the show, and thanks again. I look forward to it.
Thank you, Sammy.
Take care, you guys.
Other side of the break, we are doing Fantasy Draft Friday. We're building our ultimate franchise for 2022 and 2023. You're not going to want to miss it, but we're going to take a 2-minute commercial break here and pay some bills. We'll be right back on the other side. It's the AM Drive.
The AM Drive with Mike and Aaron might be the best morning show ever. If you love the show, shop the merchandise. For $26 hoodies, $16 shirts, even $13 mugs. High quality swag for cheap because Mike and Aaron love the fans. The best morning show, the lowest price merch at amdrive.online.
This is Popple, the next generation business card. With just a tap, your Popple instantly shares your digital business card to both iPhone and Android devices. The best part? The other person doesn't need an app or a Popple to receive your info. To pop your info, tap your Popple to the top of an iPhone, the center of an Android, or just scan your in-app QR code. And just like that, all your info is saved to their phone. More connections, more leads, more sales. That's Popple. Download our free app and get your Popple today.
Aren't you the Vice Golf guy?
Yeah, you want an autograph?
Yeah. Actually, I was just wondering if the balls are any good.
The balls are amazing. You look like a Pro Plus guy.
I thought you'd never ask. It's actually better than my old ball.
And it's half the price.
Top performing golf ball, half the price. It's almost stealing.
Quit searching the globe and get your high-performing golf balls at vicegolf.com.
Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
All right, and once again, welcome back here to the AM Drive. We are presented by Fanatics, title sponsor here. Click the F when you go to mikeandaarondrive.com, and what that does is takes you into the Fanatics portal where you can get every team, every league, daily deals, and all the players that help you show your team pride each and every game day, each and every day that ends in Y. You got to click add to cart times 1,000,000 because when you do that and you purchase through mikeandaarondrive.com, it helps out the show tremendously. And for that, Mike, thanks you.
I really do. We're doing the fantasy draft today. This is Fantasy Draft Friday. For the ultimate send-off for Aaron, I felt like we could do the ultimate team draft for the upcoming NFL season. So I came dressed in Colts garb today. Had to.
Well, I think you're going to get smoked here. It's going to be my swan song, my parting gift to you for the next 2 months.
Well, good thing I got first overall pick then.
Okay. Well, I think I'm still okay. Let's roll.
You're up 20-5 in this whole thing, by the way.
A woohoo.
So let's see if we can get halfway there. So, with my first overall pick in the 2022 Ultimate Team Draft, I'm going to go with Cooper Kupp. What?
Okay. I mean, cool. Wow. That's the first overall pick in your... Wow. All right. Well, I had him high, but not that high. I tell you what. I mean, I think it's a no-brainer, especially with the Ultimate NFL Team. I don't think you prefaced it basically by saying, so the quarterback that you pick is going to come a package deal with a head coach, a front office, and a home stadium. And
that's hard.
You left me both of the quarterbacks here that have the complete package, in my opinion. But I think I've got to go with Mr. Ketchup himself, and that's Pat Mahomes. I get Andy Reid as my head coach. I get a good front office that doesn't overreact or underreact to things, and then I get maybe one of the best home field advantages in the league in Arrowhead. I mean, I appreciate that. You left me with the goat of this fantasy draft, so to speak.
You know, it's funny because that was actually my quarterback I was thinking about. I had to snag Cooper Kupp there because I feel like I could do this. Because I feel like my next pick is going to be okay with Cooper Kupp.
Okay.
My next pick has Sean McVay as his head coach. I'm going with Matthew Stafford. What?
Let's just log it up now. Give me 25-5.
What are the quarterbacks? What was your second quarterback?
My other quarterback was Josh Allen. I mean, 100%. It was Josh Allen. I mean, you got Sean McDermott, who's going to coach the defense and take care of that part. I got a good front office as long as we're not talking about the Buffalo Sabres. And I got another great home advantage in Ralph Wilson Stadium, which I don't know what they call it now, New Era Stadium or whatever it is. But
New Era Field.
New Era Field. So, okay, fair enough. Well, to go along with my Mahomes, great front office, great head coach and home stadium, I think it's a no-brainer that I got to go with King Henry. I know that the wheels kind of fell off last season, but he's healthy, he's feeling good. And King Henry for my ultimate team, an unstoppable running back. An immovable, an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object? There are no immovable objects for Derrick Henry in the league. So give me Derrick Henry as my number 2 pick for my running back spot here.
I'll go with the guy who, let's save that one. Let's go. I'm thinking. Derrick Henry was not on my list, by the way.
Okay, fair enough. That's why you're going to be
I'm gonna
down
go with the guy
25.
with the vision, Jonathan Taylor.
I had a feeling he would be showing up here on your list. He did not make my list, by the way. Let's put it that
Fair
way.
enough. I figured
So
that.
I feel like since you took Cup, who was my number one weapon, I'm going to have to go with a different weapon here, and that's the guy who may or may not be a 49er this next coming season. Give me Deebo Samuel as my weapon of choice here, as you like to call it.
Well, I mean, yeah, you can do tight ends, you can do wide receivers. Who knows?
I'm aware. I got a little bit of everything there. So
Right. Well, since you went Debo, I'm gonna go and take another guy you might like. I'm gonna go with Devontae Adams to pair with Cooper Kupp.
I think that's a good pairing. Absolutely, I do like that. I'm gonna pair Debo with a weapon, so to speak, that you talked about it here. I'm gonna go with another running back.
Okay.
But not only is he a running back, he is a weapon running back. And that is Alvin Kamara.
Okay. That's a good pick.
I thought so too.
I'm going to go with my defense right here. One of the best defenders in the league, I'm going with TJ Watt.
Since we're going to make a run on defense, I like the TJ Watt pick. He was my number 2. I figured you were gonna, so I'll make a defensive player pick here, just because I need to get this out of the way. I would feel remiss, and I think I'm gonna probably go ahead and win this $5 just with this pick, coupled with the picks I've already made.
Oh Lord!
And I'm surprised you didn't pick it because you've been picking Rams all day, and that's Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald is gonna be my first defender here, and I would like to say 2 words, and those are check and mate.
You'll be all right. I'm gonna go and get myself my second defender here. I'm gonna go with my linebacker to go with my TJ Watt, who's technically a linebacker and a pass rusher. I'm gonna go with Fred Warner.
Okay. Well, I can't run Derrick Henry all the time, so I'm gonna need to spell him once or twice here. And when I do, I'm gonna grab the services of a one Nick Chubb to back up Derrick Henry in my ultimate roster here. So we got Derrick Henry, we got Nick Chubb. Again, I say to you, checkmate.
I went with the pair with Jonathan Taylor. I'm going to go with the guy who's going to be a change of pace. I'm going with Austin Eckler.
Yeah, he was on my list. He really, actually, I was considering him as another weapon of sorts. But I am going to go back to the defensive route. And to pair up with Aaron Donald, do you go with a lineman? Because another lineman who can be ferocious with Aaron Donald, or do I go? Because I got to have somebody in the secondary as well. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my secondary guy here, and I'm going to grab J.C. Jackson.
Fair enough. He was really good last year.
Yes, I think so too.
Patriots, right? He's still with the Patriots?
He's now with the Chargers.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Derwin James was up there for me, but I decided not to do Derwin James because he gets hurt too much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna solidify my defense with Fred Warner and TJ Watt. On my secondary player, I'm gonna go with Tyrann Mathieu, Honey Badger.
I like that. It's low key a good pick. So let's see. I've got my quarterback. I've got my 2 running backs. I've got 2 weapons in Samuel and Kamara. I can delete Eckler off this list because you just took him. So let's finish out the offensive firepower here, and let's go ahead and take Mark Andrews, the best tight end in football right now. So to round out, I give Mahomes, Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry, Alvin Kamara, Deebo Samuel, and Mark Andrews. I'm feeling pretty damn good about that.
Yeah, Deebo, Mark Andrews, and who?
Alvin Kamara.
Okay, interesting. I'm going to go in. This is my final pick of my draft. To pair with Matthew Stafford, whose hands off to Jonathan Taylor or passes out of the backfield to Austin Eckler, who also can throw to Cooper Kupp or Devontae Adams. I'm going to go with the tough guy here. Terry McLaurin.
Scary Terry.
And the reason I didn't pick DeAndre Hopkins, Aaron, is because he's suspended for 5 games, and this refers to the 2022 season.
Exactly. He deserves to be punished in Michael Carvelis' fantasy draft ultimate team.
Right.
Well, I have one pick left. It's the last pick. I have to go defense because it's all I have left. And I am going to pair a ferocious defensive end / linebacker with the best defensive tackle in the game. And I'm going to take the rookie of the year. I'm going to take Micah Parsons to put on this defense.
I like
I'm
that.
going to put Micah Parsons on the defense because if Aaron Donald is his running mate, he going to feast. And he going to feast ferociously. So, yeah, I think it's 25-5 here, my friend.
I like my defense.
I think Matt Stafford lost you this draft.
I disagree.
Well, we're going to have to find out. Make sure, guys, when you see this on Twitter at AM Drive TV, the poll will be up right beneath it. I know that sometimes that gets forgotten, but we need to make sure you guys vote on this. There are $5 increments at stake every week of the Fantasy Draft Friday. Are you going to continue Fantasy Draft Friday with Sammy? Is he going to pick up in my spot, or is this going to be on hold until July?
We're going to hold. We're going to take debate votes to task here.
I like that. Maybe you can start a separate Fanatics challenge with debates and points with Sammy action there.
You make a good point.
It'd be fun.
So
to run down your team real quick here.
Yeah, because I'm going with my quarterback here, which is paired with Sean McVay, the beautiful home stadium.
That's fair. And the front office hasn't missed in like 3 years. So
the front office who is built on winning immediately, which is all I need. I don't need 5 years. Who cares about 5 years later? This is a 2022 draft.
Maybe so.
So I'm going with Matthew Stafford, obviously, with my Sean McVay. And Matthew Stafford can hand off to Jonathan Taylor. But Jonathan Taylor can also catch out of the backfield too, just to let you know. But I like Jonathan Taylor because he's a nice, powerful back. And I consider Nick Chubb, I consider Derrick Henry. I just love Jonathan Taylor's vision. And that's the key we have here is a vision for 2022. Okay? Now, my other running back I have here, and kind of my fourth weapon, if you will, is Austin Eckler. You know, if things are breaking down, if Aaron Donald is coming this way and Micah Parsons is jumping out this way, or even dropping back in coverage, who cares? Austin Eckler in the flats. Let's go. Let's go get him. Now, my wide receivers, how can you have Matthew Stafford? Well, how can anybody have him? And not pair him with Cooper Kupp? See, that's what wins me the quarterback right there. I agree that Patrick Mahomes, you robbed him from me. And I didn't feel like that I needed Patrick Mahomes to win this draft.
Maybe not.
Although I love Andy Reid. I love the Arrowhead. Arrowhead to me was a big selling point. But I look at the front office and I'm like, can do it.
I think the only move that the front office has made that I don't agree with, and maybe it's just hindsight for Kansas City, is letting Kareem Hunt go instead of just letting him take his medicine and coming back.
So, because Cooper Kupp was there, I also have to go with Devontae Adams, who was just an amazing yards of the catch guy. He did everything. He's like my Deebo Samuel, just not as powerful of a runner, obviously. I also love the fact that he can throw to Terry McLaurin. Because Terry McLaurin, doesn't matter if, let's say Jonathan Taylor has to throw the football because Micah Parsons or Aaron Donald destroyed Matthew Stafford. Terry McLaurin can catch from anybody. So we're good.
You don't have a backup quarterback.
That's okay.
Sean McVay going to go out there?
Sean McVay comes in there. Let's go. Terry McLaurin is going to feast either way. And finally, I believe that TJ Watt and Fred Warner can both blitz the quarterback. They can also drop back in coverage. Fred Warner's a nasty tackler. You got Tyrann Mathieu who can make sure those guys are okay. Will be the captain of the defense. I'm okay with my picks. Go ahead and run down your team.
All right, we'll run down the team here real quick. The quarterback / head coach / front office / home stadium. I obviously went with Pat Mahomes here. I get Andy Reid. I get a good front office. And I get Arrowhead Stadium. So I'm digging it. I can take it. He's going to get to hand off the ball to King Henry, who will come back off of this injury fully rested, fully healthy, and just ready to bulldoze the competition. And when he needs spelled, he gets not much of even a 1B here at this point. I love Nick Chubb. I love the way he runs. So Nick Chubb as my backup running back, I'm feeling very strong about that. My 3 weapons, so to speak, I'm going with Alvin Kamara, a guy who can, if somehow Chubb and Henry go down, I can move him back into the backfield, and he can still catch. I mean, he's still a great receiver at this point as well. And then if he goes down, I still got Debo. I got Debo. So I've got a cornucopia of running back potential with also the ability to catch the ball and speed. I've got speed as my weapons, but just in case I need a safety blanket. Now, I could have gone Kelsey to pair him with Mahomes, but I think Mahomes needs some new blood in this ultimate team. So for Pat Mahomes here, I went with the new up and coming tight end, the old Travis Kelsey, the new Travis Kelsey, who was the new Rob Gronkowski, and that's Mark Andrews at tight end here. 100 and something catches last year. I think like 106 or whatever with Tyler Huntley and Lamar Jackson. So I mean, let's be honest, that's pretty damn impressive. And on defense, when we unfortunately do have to give the ball back to your garbage roster, I've got Aaron Donald all up in Matt Stafford's face, and he's like, "Wait, is this practice? No, this is the real thing now. He's not on your team anymore." And then when you can elude Aaron Donald and try to run outside, oh, no, you can't. There's Micah Parsons taking care of things right there. And when you have to inevitably heave it up because your wide receivers just haven't had time to get into their routes, J.C. Jackson, Mr. 11, 12 picks in the ultimate roster, no problem. I can see it there. So I think it's 25-5 as I go on hiatus here, buddy. I'm sorry to say.
Oh, we'll have to see what the people think.
Yeah, get the people what they want. It gets the people going.
Here's the break.
All right, when we come back, Josh Lambo. This thing will just not die. Now Josh Lambo has decided to take the Jaguars to court. We will talk about that on the other side. And if it will ever end, I get to not talk about the Jaguars for 2 months. Don't get me wrong. I'm kind of excited to not talk about them. But we'll be right back with the last segment of the AM Drive here on our own social media networks.
The AM Drive with Mike and Aaron might be the best morning show ever. If you love the show, shop the merchandise for $26 hoodies, $16 shirts, even $13 mugs. High quality swag for cheap because Mike and Aaron love the fans. The best morning show, the lowest price merch at amdrive.online.
This is Popple, the next generation business card. With just a tap, your Popple instantly shares your digital business card to both iPhone and Android devices. The best part? The other person doesn't need an app or a Popple to receive your info. To pop your info, tap your Popple to the top of an iPhone, the center of an Android, or just scan your in-app QR code. And just like that, all your info is saved to their phone. More connections, more leads, more sales. That's Popple. Download our free app and get your Popple today.
Aren't you the Vice Golf guy?
Yeah. You want an autograph?
Yeah. Actually, I was just wondering if the balls are any good.
The balls are amazing. You look like a Pro Plus guy.
I thought you'd never ask. It's actually better than my old ball.
And it's half the price.
Top performing golf ball, half the price. It's almost stealing.
Quit searching the globe and get your high-performing golf balls at vicegolf.com.
Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
For the absolute best morning show ever with the lowest price merch, amdrive.online for awesome hoodies, mugs, including the Black Edition mug. We also have tumblers, which keep your drink hot or cold for those blistering hot or freezing cold takes. We've got shirts, including my Drive Safe shirt, which is already shipped, by the way. We are having so much fun on this independent AM Drive. Aaron, you love AM Drive online, right?
I love it. It's phenomenal. I get these awesome mugs, as you can see here, the AM Drive mug.
It's so big.
Sleek and sexy. You can drink our faces. There they are right there. Of course, you guys know this hoodie is a staple of what I wear every morning here. And, it keeps you warm. And, I know it's about to get real hot here in Vegas, but I keep it cold in the house. So you need a hoodie. I mean, the fan is right above me right here. So
My
I
favorite is.
I need the hoodie to keep me warm, and it does just that. And it's lightweight, aerodynamic. It feels phenomenal, and it's cheap. I think it was like $25. I mean, where do you find hoodies for $25? It's absolutely insane. We make no money off this merch. We make money off some of our other sponsors, but we make no money off this merch. We just want to have our faces out there, and somebody to look at that sweater and say, the AM Drive, I wonder what that's all about. And no, we do not sell Tide products, even though it does kind of look like a Tide logo. I understand, but it does a little bit. But I love the fact that it's our faces. And at least you aren't wearing lipstick. You know what I mean? You aren't wearing the lipstick. The initial logo where you were wearing lipstick was pretty brutal. So
You still have that saved?
maybe in my phone somewhere.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal, but we got it all corrected, and I think they look phenomenal. So amdrive.online, best morning show, lowest price merch. It's very simple. The 6 words that will change your life forever.
Yes, sir. Josh Lambo, remember that guy? He kicked me. 8 months later, he kicked me. Yeah, okay, whatever. Well, apparently that was hostile work environment, pal. Are you kidding me? Are you absolutely hearing this? Is so... I love this. I love this so much because it doesn't end. Talk about it.
I mean, how all of a sudden did the hostile work environment show up 8 months later?
Again.
Yeah, what are we doing here at this point? I don't know. He got paid by the Jags. He got his $3.5 million. Now he wants to earn more money, at this point. And it's, I don't know. Look, yeah, the Urban Meyer thing it was problematic. We've talked about this 100 times. It wasn't a great decision by Shad Khan, but I mean, let's be honest. I mean, does he have any witnesses to him being kicked? If he doesn't, I don't
want to come out about it.
Yeah, this he said, she said is not going to really work if nobody else saw this happen.
I think he's a stupid lawyer. Oh, we sue him. Well, now? Yeah, now. Go ahead and do it.
Well, I mean, every lawyer is going to tell you that. I mean, they throw lawsuits on the wall like noodles and see which ones stick. I mean, that's what lawyers do. It's a salesman's tactic. If I can get 100 cases to court and 20 of them get settled, well, I'm going to make a decent living. So.
That's what Deshaun Watson did. That's what Deshaun Watson, the neighbor of the Texans owner, did.
Potentially, yeah, absolutely. I mean, we'll see how that. It's sad that this is kind of our country is just so lawsuit happy that really a lot of fun things that common sense should prevail, they aren't able to because people have to have disclaimers and floaties and kid gloves on with everything. It's just absolutely amazing that the world we live in. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just not the person who's had a good enough, strong enough case to sue anybody. I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll join the party. I could use a few shekels in my pocket for sure.
You're just like, who are you going to sue, Aaron? Let's think about people we could sue right here.
Oh, I could walk into one of these casinos and find a nice puddle of water to slip in. I don't know. Well, let's see. Maybe it's my own urine when I'm drunk, but hey, that it'll still hold up in court.
What you do is you go to the hold on, we're dying here. You go to the restaurant. It's like oh.
I don't know if that one holds up. I don't know if you choke on your own food. I don't know if that holds up.
Come on. Well, they left the bone in my boneless chicken.
There you go. If I find a thumb in my salmon risotto, then yeah, I might have a beef.
Oh.
No pun intended.
What? You do that on purpose. I can't wait for the midnight drives to come back, by the way.
Oh, they're going to come back. Midnight drives. Mike said it first. They're going to be up on the YouTube channel. Guys, if you're not watching on the YouTube channel, you got to make sure you go over there and subscribe. But of course, we are also on our Facebook page and our Twitter page at AM Drive TV. But YouTube's the key, guys. Make sure you go over there and hit that subscribe button. Notifications on or off, it doesn't matter to me because we are on at 10 a.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday. I have to say this because I'll take the last minute of the show here and to say it's awesome. I'm going to miss it. I will not have really a lot of time to miss it because I will be busy for the next 2 months. It's busy season in my job. If you know anything about poker, you'll know that this is the busy season coming up. But Sammy Action is going to do a wonderful job. He's incredibly knowledgeable. He's an incredibly kind soul, and you're all going to love him. And you may not even want me back. So we'll see what happens here. But have a good weekend. Have a great summer. Enjoy the rest of the playoffs. Mike will be back with Sammy Action on Monday, beginning at 10 a.m. Eastern time. But don't forget to look out for those midnight drives. Those Mike said it first. They'll all be on the YouTube channel. And in between time, when I am out, make sure you're visiting MikeandAaronDrive.com, of course, to support all the sponsors. And even check out where Kevin Durant rips up on Michael Carvelis. We got that on the link tree as well. So
that was awesome.
Bittersweet moment here. Happy to be an independent figure here. We are so excited to do that. It's unfortunate that it comes at the time that I have to leave the show for a few months. But I'll be back in July. But until then, Mike's going to hold it down. And so for that, I will say adieu. Have a good weekend. And we are out.
Drive safe, Aaron.
Shall do.